Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So today's gonna be a truck day. Nothing too crazy. I was going to work on Evo a little bit more, but it is still pretty hot out. And then I tossed around the idea to work on the axle for the Jeep, but I need to get more cut-off wheels. I forgot that I did not buy any, so I have to run out and buy some. But today we are going to be working on a truck. It's something I've been wanting to do for I've had this about a month now, and I've been wanting to do this because the transmissions in these trucks suck. So if you're not familiar with the Rams, the 2007 and a half, I think, don't quote me, they started coming with the 6.7s, and I'm pretty sure they started coming with the 68 RFE trans, which, if you're not aware, is not that great of a transmission. It's good. It'll do what you need it to do, but the minute you start putting any power through it, it just gives up. Goes kaput and it doesn't want to work anymore. So there's things that you can do to mitigate its break-in earlier, but it depends on how you're building your truck. This truck is going to be like a 500 horsepower truck. My goal is to make like 1,000 foot-pounds, and I'm not trying to race it. I'm just trying to pull with it. So I'm sure down the line I may build the transmission, but for now we're just going to do the basic stuff that I can do where I don't have to pull the transmission out. One of which is maintenance. I've been neglecting the maintenance on this truck. We're talking coolant, brakes, diff fluid, trans fluid. So all that stuff I should have done way back, but I'm doing it now that it's warmer out and I don't have to freeze my ass off. So now in turn, I'm sweating my ass off. Today's gonna be the transmission part of it. I wanna add a deep transmission pan, and that's what we are going to do today. First off, before I show you the pan, it does come with this paper gasket. These are prone to leaking, I'm pretty sure. Let me show you the pan. Here is my pan. This is a BD diesel double deep sump is what they call it. It gives you the provisions for a transmission temp sensor. Very well made. I had this powdered by my buddy. This was kind of like a test for him and me. Did it come out exactly how I want? No, but as you can see, it has a little bit of gold. He said it was very difficult shooting it, and that's why I said that this is more like a test piece, because this will go under the truck, just to get him to learn how to shoot, I guess, certain colors. So this is like a gold flake mixture of a green. The problem is it does shoot out gold clumps in certain areas, so you can see all this right here, which I honestly I wasn't upset about. He did cut me a good deal. He's just like, I'm not going to like kill you on the price. He said it was very difficult to get in these little grooves, so it is a little more clumpy in the grooves, but you know what, he's still fairly new to this game. I like to give small business an opportunity, and like I said, with this being under the truck, I wasn't stressing it. Also, I do not have the fluid yet. I ordered it. I went to the dealer and I was going to pick up just Mopar because I wasn't doing a full flush. I was just like, you know what, let me just put Mopar fluid back in. But the dealer wants $65 a gallon. So I ended up just ordering some Hot Shots transmission fluid. I may run that when I do the full fluid flush as well. Just buy I forgot how much it was, 4 or 5 gallons total or whatever it takes. Here are the filters. One kind of just looks like a fuel filter. But the one thing I did do is I did pull out the adapter, the little screw-in adapter, and I did put this billet one in. And then you have this big flat one as well, and they give you the O-ring, thankfully. I have a tarp that I'm going to lay out, and then we're going to start draining the transmission fluid. This thing is a pain in the ass to drain because it does not have a drain plug. So there's a million videos on how to do it. Basically, you just unscrew all the bolts and then leave 2 in, and then you just hammer on the thing and then try to pry, but you do not want to just break the seal, because if you are just replacing with the OEM pan, you could damage the pan and then you're kind of SOL. I don't care about damaging a pan. I was almost tossing around the idea to just drill a huge hole into the pan and just let it drain that way, but you know, I thought against that because I don't want to drill through anything by accident. So We're gonna do it the old school way, hammer until it pops down a little and some of the fluid should come out, pour over top. So yeah, let's go get started. Of course, my vehicle isn't sealed properly. Well, we'll come back to this when it's decided it's fully leaked out. This is fucking ridiculous.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so the pan is out. I didn't think it had a gasket in it, and it does. It has this stupid little paper one. So if the paper one's leaking, I don't think I'm going to use a paper one. I have some great Permatex that I'm going to use. I need some beer first. This job is annoying. So I got my pan here, already cleaned the surface off. Clean that surface off as well. I'm gonna wipe it down once more just before I put this pan on. I'm probably gonna make a mess because I'm gonna move all this shit out the way. Never prepared. Oh man, what a mess and shit show. Don't be me. Make sure you're prepared for when you push the tank up and you're facing away from all your tools and everything. Make sure all your tools are like on your chest, somewhere readily available, so you don't end up like me smushing this stuff all around. I'm hoping it seals. I don't want to do that again. It is what it is, but that's pretty much all that's to it for now. Like I said, we're just gonna be waiting on the fluid. Okay, so it's been about a week later. Finally got the secret sauce in. Sorry, I'm just very tired. It's hot out today again. It's supposed to be triple digits again this weekend. But this is what I ordered. This is Hot Shots +4, a little concoction that they have. Obviously I need 3 gallons of it. Let me get my funnel, big funnel, and this will just slide right up over the dipstick. I'm going to clean this out, obviously. There has been coolant that ran through it, so I am going to clean this out real quick, and yeah, we will start filling out the transmission and not let her eat, but let her run. Okay, so I'm sitting in the truck right now. I'm gonna let it kind of come up to temperature. Trans is only at 86. Once it comes up to warm, I'm going to cycle through the gears: reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, in that order. I'm not just gonna go down all the way. Put it in reverse, let it engage. Put it in neutral, let it disengage. Put it in drive, let it engage. And then reverse those steps back to neutral, back to reverse, back to park. And then I'm gonna check the fluid again, make sure it's not super low. If it is, I'll top off, and then I'm probably just gonna drive around the block for a little bit. Put it in reverse, back up, put it in drive around the block, come back, put it in neutral, let it disengage, put it in reverse, let it engage, then put it in park and let it disengage again, and then check the fluid again once it's warm, and we should be good to go. Looking for leaks right now while it's idling. I don't see anything just yet, who knows, but I did let the sealant dry for 24 hours. Obviously it's been a week later, so it's had more than 24 hours to dry. That's one of the things with the sealant, it'll say quick drying, dries within an hour. I would let it sit overnight till it fully cures, and it hardens even though it's soft, and it creates that full seal. You don't want to start putting fluid through it and it's not fully sealed yet, and you end up with leaks again. You have to pull the pan down and whatnot. So fortunately mine had more than 24 hours to dry, so now it's just a waiting game, wait for the trends to come up to temperature or some sort of temperature. I want to wait until it's about 100 degrees. Once it hits close to 100 degrees, that's when I'm gonna cycle through gears, and then check the fluid. Okay, so we're at about 95 degrees. I'm just gonna take it around the block, not really that far, maybe a quarter of a mile if that. I'm just gonna drive around the block, park it where it is again, and then we will look over and make sure that the fluid is good. This truck takes forever to warm up, even in 98 degree heat. It does take a while to warm up. We're still only sitting at 105 degrees coolant temp, I think. I'm gonna put it in reverse. Just let it kind of roll back. Neutral, drive, let it slowly engage. Shifts do feel a little bit smoother. It's a really smooth shift. It's usually never like that. So we're gonna check for leaks, top it off, and what I'll do is I'll drive it later because I gotta go get groceries anyway. That way I can kind of test it out. So I'm going to top it off now. I'll put a little bit more in there. We just hit 111 degrees, so it is slowly climbing. I may let it idle for a little bit longer, and then I will let you know how everything went. Okay, so it has actually been about a week later. Everything's good. There's no issues with the any leaks or anything like that. Hair follicle, pubic hair on my camera. Everything seems to be good. The transmission shifts a lot smoother, believe it or not. I honestly think that's in part to it being low on fluid, because it was leaking really bad. The only things I was having issues with, if I shift in or reverse like really fast and I don't just kind of just go through it like slow, for some odd reason it feels like a clunk. It could have been doing that from the start, since I bought the truck. I don't know. I'm not a fast shifter with automatics. I don't like shift it really quick into drive and everything. But I noticed going from drive to reverse like really fast, it did do a little clunky clunk. So I don't know if that's internal or it's normal or it's just the actual, I think they're cable driven. They could be, I don't know. I am going to add just a pinch more fluid. It is kind of right below the hot. It's just slightly below, but it's kind of spread out over the thing. Not like really high, but it's kind of like spread out. It's not like a definitive line, so I'm going to add just a little bit more. It's not going to hurt it. But I'm rambling. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this gave you some insight on how to make a mess all over your street. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay hungry, stay humble. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.